Hey everyone, thanks for joining me today. It's Patty from pspapercrafts. Happy New Year. I hope you all had a good holiday and are ready for 2023. I can't believe we're in 2023. So there's a lot to talk about today, and then I'm going to show you how to make this card, but using different colors, using the Sweet Citrus bundle. And there's some pretty cool things with this bundle. There's a dies and an embossing folder that work together to give you this embossed look. It's really fun. But I wanted to say that yesterday, if you're watching this, it's January 6th. Yesterday, January 5th, we launched the new mini catalog, and it goes all the way through April. And there's some lots of great stuff in here. I can finally open it, yay! And along with that, we have celebration for 2 months, and we're only going to do one celebration this year. The last couple of years we did 2. Prior to that, I think we've always done 1. And that goes through the end of February. So what this means is if you purchase $50 in product or $100 in product, you can choose some free product from this brochure. Now, when you purchase, you can purchase from the mini catalog, from the annual catalog, from the clearance rack. It doesn't matter what you spend your $50 on, as long as it's something that's orderable, current. You can get your free items. And then the other thing I want to show you, I don't want to take too long here with all of this stuff. There's a new join promotion. So if you join Stampin Up, which means you become a demonstrator, which doesn't mean you have to have classes and make videos or any of that stuff. It means that you can purchase Stampin Up products at a discount, 15% off. You can order products before they're released to the public. Like I've been playing with all this stuff. But this is an amazing deal. 3 options. Option 1 is for $129. You can pick $175 worth of product, whatever you want. That's current again. And you also get this mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. It's in boho blue, which they're saying is one of the new in colors. Every year they come out with 5 new in colors. So it's really nice. It fits the smaller embossing folders and a good amount of dies, and that comes with all the plates for embossing and cutting. So $129, $175 in product plus this, or you could pick it in white. That's the color that it has been in, instead of the blue if you don't have blue, don't want blue. Or if you already have your machines, you can pay only $99 and get $175 in product. So this is amazing. It's $50 more than our standard starter kit. So I just wanted to put that out there and let you know, because it's just amazing. But this is the card we're going to make. I made this card for a sketch challenge a week ago, and I like them both. Today we're going to make, this is lemons, these are oranges, and today we're going to do grapefruits. You could also do limes, and we're going to do the same design as this. And I want to just show you this embossing folder. It's just so cool. So I'm using for this, I'm using Petal Pink. I have a lot of papers here, but it's a Petal Pink card base. And let me tell you, the paper that I used for this, I always look at my papers, and I was looking for Mango Melody, which is the color I used for this. And this ribbon is Pale Papaya, but I think it works great. So I always look and I see what colors are in my paper packs. So this has the Mango Melody, and I saw the back of this one, and I hated to cut this down because it's a seam, but I thought if I just take 2 inches off the bottom, I still have a good card that I could make. So I was okay with that. So the back of this sheet is Mango Melody, and this is so much fun. This is the rainy day, well, it's rain and shine paper, but it has such great images and dies and everything. I have a card on my blog for this one. Today we're going to use this paper, and this is what I also used for this card. I know I'm going around a lot. This is a huge pack. It is called Dandy Designs, and it is 48 sheets, and it's just fun patterns. And this is a celebration item. If you purchased $100 and wanted to pick this for free, I think this is going to be just a fun pack of paper. And again, it's two-sided, 48 individual pieces. So we're using this one, and I just dropped it. Let me get it. Okay. So it's petal pink and white, and I have it's just 2 inches by 5 1/4. And I'll go over that as we go. And I'll also have all the measurements in my blog, pspapercrafts.com, and I have a bunch of white papers. So let me just show you this. This is the bundle. It's called Sweet Citrus. And in the catalog, it's on page 49, Sweet Citrus Bundle. And the cool thing is it has the stamps, it has the dies, and it has an embossing folder. And you can emboss and cut through one pass. It's really a cool thing. There's a couple of stamp sets I've had that are like this. So let's get started with it. What you'll do is you'll stamp the images, and then you'll put it in the embossing folder along with the dies. So it's all in one pass. So let's get stamping first. Now for this, I'm using my Stamparatus. And for this card, I actually did the outline and this orange twice with the Mango Melody ink, just to get a darker look. And then the insides, I only stamped once. So, and that's why I use the Stamparatus. But I have it out, and I think I want to use it again just to make sure I get good coverage and everything lined up. So what I like to do is have my stamp set underneath the door, but I want to get my stamps out first. So see, it's one whole stamp for these pieces, and then there's the inside, and then there's other stamps. Let me get this off. Very sticky. Oh, and one other thing I wanted to mention in the catalog, and let me see if I can get an example. There are some stamps that you can either purchase in cling, which is the red rubber, or photopolymer. So you'll see, and let me see if I can find one. I should have this already figured out, that you can choose, which is nice because not everybody likes I go back and forth. Not everybody likes the photopolymer, and not everybody likes the red rubber. I think the red rubber stamp better, but when you're trying to see through, the photopolymer are really nice. And why am I not finding one? I should have this figured out for you already. Here we go. Whew. All right. On page 35, you'll see that this stamp set, you could choose this number 160650 for cling, or 162383 for photopolymer. There's a few more in here, not all of them, but I don't want you to just pick the number without thinking it through. Okay? So these are photopolymer, the see-through. And usually when you have a two-step stamp, meaning you have two different images that coordinate together, it's usually photopolymer so you can see through it. Okay, so enough of that. The first thing we're going to do is get our piece of cardstock. This is basic white. And I'm just going to put this down here and lay my stamp down. Now, because this is photopolymer, and actually I have it this way, we're going to put it upside down because we're going to close the door on it. I have my black mat in here. So this gives it a little bit of cushion where the red rubber stamps already have kind of a built-in cushion. So we'll just put this like this. We're going to close the door and press on it. So we lift up the door, and the stamp is now stuck on here. And then I'm going to use So Saffron and ink up the rinds. I was going to use Daffodil Delight, but I thought it might be too bright and lemony. And I thought for a grapefruit, this might be good. So we're just going to press it down and lift it up. And if you didn't get good coverage, you could press it again. or ink it up again. I guess I didn't press hard enough. There we go. And now we want to get the other door on. So I could put it here, but I don't want to be out of camera here. So I'm going to put it right here. And we'll lay this down. So we want to line this up. And you'll see that there is some rind and then some white around, just like fruit is. So it's not going to line up completely perfect. So don't be alarmed, and don't like try to get everything to fit in. I kind of eyeball this piece to make sure it's kind of lined up. And then the other pieces, we just go with them. Okay, and then we'll close this door and pick it up. And these are a little sticky because they're the photopolymer. And I'm going to use Petal Pink for this. I thought this was a good color for the inside of a grapefruit. And let's see how this looks, if we need to do it again. Yep, I'm going to just push this one down a little bit harder. There you go. I didn't want to ink it up again if I didn't have to, because I didn't want it to get too dark, but I thought this looks good. And then we could take this out and we'll put this aside. So now we're going to do the fun part, and that is the die cutting and embossing. So there's the die that cuts out this whole thing, and then there's an embossing folder. And with the embossing folder, you can actually put your dies in it. So you want the Stampin' Up facing you, and then these will just get them in the right place. Let's see. I'm sorry. It goes this way because we want to have the cutting blade going down. That's why it wouldn't fit in. And they will just kind of lock into place. See, I can't even move them. Okay, and then you want to fit this in to go in the pattern, right? So everything is lined up. And I don't know if you could see, but there's like a little line that helps you to guide where you line it up. So there's like a little outline which is embossed on each of these. So I'm just trying to look at each piece of fruit and line it up. The lemon, this one, is what I think is my best guide, but I want to make sure they're all looking good. So they look good. Okay, we're going to close this and hold it, and I'm going to feed it through with this side, the fold first. I'm just going to get my big machine, and we're using a number 1 base, and then the number 4 for 3D embossing folders, which this is. And we're going to just put it right in here and put this down and run her through. And it's going to actually cut and emboss all together. Now you can just cut the fruit without embossing it, and you can emboss without cutting. So you have lots of options here. We had that seashell one, I forget what it was called, but it had seashells that did the same kind of thing, and I loved it. So these are our pieces. Isn't that nice? I hope you could see. And we'll put these aside because we do want to emboss another piece. So if you see on my card, I have the top part embossed. So I have a sheet that's 5 1/4 by 3. And I'm just going to line this up in here. I want to go along the line here. I kind of want this piece because I did highlight it on my card, so I want to make sure it's included. And then we're going to put this in this way. Again, I like to put the fold first if possible. Sometimes you can't put the fold first if you're going, you know, if you have one that's going this way because the paper is long. But if you can put the fold in first, I think it's better for the folder itself. So let's put this through Sorry if I'm shaking. I'm trying to go slow. Okay. Then we can get rid of our machine. Put that aside. And see the magic. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. And you could just place all your pieces on here. I mean, you could make this and, you know, place your pieces here and make it like this. If you wanted to. It wouldn't fit all of them, but I think that's cute too. So I want this piece here though, because I just kind of like the way that's highlighted. I think I'm going to hide this as just showing a little bit, because it's not really the shape of a grapefruit. So we'll see how we work it. Okay, enough of that. So this is that designer series paper, the Dandy Designs. And I like to have a piece of basic white or any color cardstock that's you're going to hide. It just helps you to figure out or to put it together so you can put your ribbon on it. Now, if you're putting just a piece of cardstock, sometimes I'll do that. I'll just emboss a piece of cardstock across it. You don't have to use this because you could just place it on your card with the border and just put it there. And I do that a lot. But I want to use the ribbon today. So we're going to put this down on the ribbon first. On the cardstock first. Isn't that fun? I think this is such a fun, the Dandy Designs designer series paper. I think it's really great for fun, festive kind of cards. It's got a lot of nice patterns. Okay, get this lined up perfectly here. And then we're going to put this right over it. And I made this a longer piece, or wider piece, because I wanted to really show off the embossing. I'm going to actually go on all these high points. But you could make this a little bit longer on the bottom, shorter on top, however you want to do it. Okay, and then where you put your ribbon, and I'm going to use this ribbon. This is the frayed ribbon, and I'm going to put it up higher so it's not covering down here. So let's get a pair of scissors, and I'm not tying a bow on it. I feel like there's enough on this without having to tie a bow on it. And I'll just get some tape and tape it down. Just like this. And I could make the card back, or the card base, so saffron or the petal pink. I kind of wanted to match the paper. So here we have this. It's coming together. Now this is a little bit higher on there, but I think it'll still work. Put that there. And we'll put this just like that. Maybe we'll have this come over. I think that's good. And so we'll just arrange the card. And then I already had a couple of an extra set of leaves that I cut. When I did it last time, there's 2 sets of leaves. So I stamped them twice and die cut them. And I thought I was going to use both sets, but I didn't. So what I think I'll do is I'll just put this together. I'm just going to put some adhesive down in there. And then we'll put this here. And this is still a little dark for grapefruits, but I think it's okay. And then we'll put the leaves back here, kind of arrange it. Okay, so let's put our card base and our card layer together. It's nice to have something, this seems like very fresh for after the holidays, refreshing. I mean, the holidays are great, but how many of you put your trees and everything else away? I always thought it was such a relief to get rid of my Christmas tree, although I loved it. But it was like, okay, I want my house back. And we always had a huge tree. My husband and well, we went as a family and cut them. I think I talked about this once before. And we have cathedral ceilings, and he always had to get it high. He liked to have it like a tall one, but when you get tall, you also get wide, and it would take over the whole hallway, like where you go from the living room to the kitchen. And I was like, okay, I'm ready for this thing to go. I'm done. It's over. Get it out. But I think in the future, I'm going to have an artificial tree. As you know, I'm staying at my son's house right now, and his tree is gone. But he got a real one, and it was smaller. It wasn't so big, so it wasn't so bad. And he lives in the house that I had my tree in. Whoops, this is upside down. Oh, let's see if we can pull it up. I'm talking too much. But he bought the house that my husband built, that we raised our kids in, and he's the one now that has the space with the cathedral ceilings and all of that. But he didn't get a huge tree. Let's put this right here. I kind of like it up higher. I think I made this longer than this one. Let's see. No, it's about the same. I guess the way I had it in the embossing folder, it just was higher. Okay, so I'm rambling on here. And let's get our sentiment. So I did it in black because I felt like it got lost. With this one, I did the Mango Melody. Or no, I did it in the Granny Apple Green, and I felt like it was just a little bit lost there. So I am going to do it in Black Memento. And you could do either enjoy the sweeter things in life, which is what I put in the inside. And then you could do that on the outside and not make it a birthday card, but I'm going to make this a birthday card again. And it's have a zesty birthday. And I really squeezed it in on this little 1/2 inch piece because the space is kind of small. And I didn't want to overpower it. There we go. And I'm just going to snip it. You could put a fancy, you know, banner end or something if you want, but I'm going to just snip it. And I think I'm going to even snip this a little bit closer. I don't want it to be too big. Okay. I guess you could put it up here too, but I'm going to put it there. And I also did this with some dimensionals. I think I'm just going to cut. Let's see if this is long enough. I like to use these when I'm doing a tiny sentiment. I'll just pull the back off, and you've got this nice, thin, narrow dimensional. Okay, cute, right? And then let's do the inside, and we'll do the same. Enjoy the sweeter things in life. I think that's a nice sentiment. And then I didn't do the fruit. Now you could do the fruit, but you have to like really like just ink up one part and one part, and I thought it was a little too complicated. I will try it, but I thought we have enough going on with this card. So let's see, we're going to do petal pink flowers. Just there and up here. And we could do the So Saffron on the inside or another petal pink. So on this one, I feel like I have, I just used the same color, but let's do the So Saffron, see how that looks. So this one gives you a little stamp for the big flower that you can put right in the middle. And then this one is 2, and it fits both of these flowers. It's a little bit hard to see, I have to say. And if they're off a little bit, I think that's okay. Cute. I like it. And now we can put this inside. Oh, can't pick things up. And I think that looks like a grapefruit. I like it. I'm not a big petal pink fan, but I think it works for this. And now what I did on this one was I used the new Milky Dots. So they're adhesive back Milky Dots. And they have petal pink and they have pale papaya. So I thought, oh, perfect. We can use that, and we'll just put some of these petal pinks around. I'm using the big ones. You could use a mix of big and little. Where do I want this one? So here's the grapefruit. Here's the oranges. And then this is the card I made for the sketch challenge. You can find this on my blog, and I'll have a link below. And this is lemons. So here we go. We got them all. All we need are limes, and I think we've got them covered. Listen, thanks so much for joining me. If you have any questions about joining the products, if you need a catalog, you can get an online version on my blog, pspapercrafts.com, or you can message me, email me, patty@pspapercrafts.com, and I'll get one in the mail, and you'll get the mini catalog as well as the celebration. All right, thanks so much. Have a good day. Bye.